The second night that we were open at Sloss, a lot of the people came to the attraction. They came in and really enjoyed it. And later on, someone approached me that knew who I was and said, you know, wow, that was spectacular, and said, I really enjoyed the part of where you had the apparition of the old lady sitting next to me on the bench. And I said, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Only problem with that is that wasn't one of my effects for the show. Back in the summer, a friend of mine, Robbie Yarborough, that puts on the Sloss Fright Furnace every year for the big Halloween attraction in Birmingham, Alabama, asked if I would be interested in maybe designing a new attraction for him. I said, of course. Well, little did I know I was in for the ride of my life and something maybe a little bit supernatural. Well, when Robbie asked my ideas, I thought, well, why don't we have more of a seance type room and be different from any attraction in the country? And he said, that sounds great. He goes, I have an idea. He goes, I actually have access to a very special house in South Georgia. Little did I know, this was a real paranormal house. A lot of strange and terrible things happened then. When I began building the attraction at Sloss and bringing in the props that I wanted to use inside the room, I was the only one with access, and each day I would bring different things in. And every morning that I would get there, I would notice that different things had moved overnight. Now, I can't explain it because I was the only one with the key, but there were certain things that I put in certain places, and they were on opposite ends of the room. And I found that to be very disturbing.
I know she had a horrible death because she started screaming, get me out of this fire, get me out of this fire, I'm burning, I'm burning. And they said it was hard.
I've seen this, but I've heard stories about things flying through the air, but I've heard voices. I passed by there in the daytime, not at night, but daytime, and I've heard voices coming out of people screaming, babies crying.
A house from Georgia has become a supernatural doorway. Evil has come through. Now, the house is here. Do you dare enter?
The most terrifying thing in my life.
Man, it was scary. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Scariest experience of our lives.
I mean, as old as we are, it was scarier than anything we've ever seen before.
Oh my gosh.
Will you go back in there?
No.
I'm just telling you, you don't want to go